Namaste and thank you for listening. I would like to talk a bit more about the Shakti path part that I talked about in the last video. I'll give a quick overview again. So there are two paths. There's a traditional path, which can be called the path of Shiva, which usually rejects this world as evil, wicked, and tries to run away from it. And there's nothing wrong with this path. It's a perfectly valid path, and it's a path that has been in vogue, in fashion for the last 2 or 3,000 years. So everybody wants to run to the Himalayas and become a monk, or leave the world, or retire from it, put on orange robes, shave their head, call themselves Swami Fatananda or something, because they could not. Now, here's the thing: it's seen as very brave. I'm leaving the world to become a monk, but actually, if you look at it, it's a coward's path. People who are not good enough to face the challenges of the world, they just run away and say, oh, I'm a monk now, I can't deal with this shit, I'm just leaving. When I was a kid, I had this rule, not just me but many kids, that if we were losing, we wouldn't play. I say, I'm not playing this game, I'm losing all the time. And that's what becoming a monk, or renouncing the world is. It's a way of saying, this game is too hard, I'm running away, I'm a coward. The sad fact is that all the religions and all these traditions, even both the Hindu and the Zen Buddhist ones, they all encourage running away from the world. And they think it's quite brave, because they say, yeah, we're renouncing the world, yeah. But if you think of it, they actually don't have the courage to face the world, so that's why they're leaving. So that was one path, and it's not a wrong path. You're welcome to follow that if you want. I always felt that this path was wrong. This world is evil. The second path I told you, the Shakti path, the path of the goddess, or the active part of God. This path creates a world, and it expands in the universe through us. And on this path, you don't run away from life. You engage fully in it. And if you play the game right, the universe, this goddess, she starts helping you. She starts pushing you up spiritually, materially, emotionally, everything. Because like I said, for the goddess, it's a game. It's a very fun game. She wants the consciousness of the whole universe to grow. If it was possible, what the goddess wants is the whole universe become enlightened at the same time. Phew. And obviously that's not going to happen, or it won't happen now. Maybe not for thousands, millions of years. That's what the god is trying to do. She's trying to push everybody up. And she's succeeding. If you look at it, 2,000 years ago, they were extremely violent, murdering each other and, butchering whole villages. Even 1,000 years ago, a few hundred years ago, they were burning people as witches. And, when there were wars, they would butcher whole villages. But our consciousness is now raised. We now know about the horrors of war. Again, due to technology creating many of these horrors, like in World War II and atomic bombs. But technology also helped us, it showed us what's happening in the world. And it helped, people have become more empathetic now. They're more open and, more open-hearted, because they can see what's happening all around the world. There's a tsunami in India or China. You can see it here. You can see how the people are suffering in another part of the world. So people have become more empathetic. Of course, like I said, people are using this technology for egoic reasons, but that's how it goes, basically. So the goddess wants to lift the consciousness of the whole world, and she's doing it materially, spiritually, emotionally. She's trying to take everyone on board, and it's very hard, and she needs help in that. And this is where the Shakti path comes in. You grow with the universe, you help the universe, and the universe will help you. Okay, there's no hiding in this path. There's no running away to the forest. There's no becoming a monk. There's no rejecting the world. There's no saying the world is evil. Because if you say the world is evil, you're insulting the consciousness, the intelligence that made this world. You're in fact saying, I know better than the goddess. And you see how arrogant that sounds. In fact, you're saying you could do a better. Every time you say, "Oh, this world is so evil," or "God created wrongly," you're in effect saying that you know better than God how to do his or her job. And you're saying, "Me, I could do a better job. Just give me a chance." That God, I'll fire his ass. Anyway, so the path is to grow with the universe. And I think people who fail to grow spiritually and materially in every part, including with money and wealth. You don't have to be a millionaire, but you do have to be comfortable so you can, enjoy life, enjoy the spiritual life even if you want. If you have enough money that you don't have to work, you can spend as much time as you want meditating or going for walks or teaching. You don't have to worry about, paying the bills or, it's the first of the month, I have to get rent money. So people who do not live full lives, complete lives, are failures of God or the goddess, as it were. And by a full life, I mean a life where you've grown as much as you possibly can. And obviously, there are limitations. We have a physical body. It has, no matter how sexy we are, like me, this body is going to decay one day. The brain is going to decay. The mind may not decay, but the mind has to use this brain to work. So there are limitations, and there are limitations of which society you were born in, which culture you were born in. But you know what? Within those limitations, you can do miracles. You can grow out of you can burst out of your little shell that you were born in and scared in. I think that's it's been the inner guidance that I've been getting, is that the universe wants us to expand, wants us to become, brilliant and awesome. The universe wants every one of us to be like superheroes, super advanced people who are, doing awesome things in life, who are having fulfilling lives, happy lives, rich lives. And rich not just in money, but in spirituality as well, and emotional as well. And if you're not living a full life, a life you can be proud of, a life you can say, "Yeah, I did it." Yeah, there's a saying that when most people are on their deathbed, they're full of regrets. "Oh, I could have done that. I could have done that. I should have spent more time with my family." You want to live a life, where you, on your deathbed, you say, "Fuck yeah, that was a great life. Couldn't have done it better." 100 points. That's the life you want to live. And again, you don't have to be rich, but you do have to be comfortable. You do need emotional strength. You need mental strength. You need spiritual. You need everything. You need to live a life that is complete in every possible way. So how do you live that life? Like I said in the last video, you start by accepting your desires, but not thinking that they're evil. Ooh, the attachment. Ooh, the world is evil. You accept your desires. They're not your desires. They're desires of the goddess wanting to grow through you. Now, you have to do some, like I said, inner work. And it's not that hard when I come to think of it. You need to sit down and, first write down, what do you want from life? What would your perfect life be? What do you want? Do you want $1 million? Would you want enlightenment? Do you want a bigger house? And then what are your reasons for wanting that? Are you doing it because you're scared of something? Are you trying to avoid something? Are you trying to run away from something? Do you have a bad job you're trying to run away from? And you don't want to grow, you just want you just want to change your shitty boss. Are you stuck in a bad relationship? You don't want to have a loving relationship, you just want to get away from your wife or husband. And extreme brutal honesty is needed. I keep saying brutal honesty, and I said it in the last video as well. If they made if I ever become as famous as Steve Jobs, or and they make a movie about my life, I would like, the title of that movie to be Shantanu, a life spent in extreme honesty with himself. Because that's the thing. When most people think of honesty, they think about telling other people, "Oh, you're so ugly, you're such a bitch, you're such a rude ass." They're telling the boss what they think of them. That's not what honesty is. That's the egos. Real honesty is honesty with yourself. what do I want? What do I actually want from this universe? What do I want? And the problem is, as soon as you ask that, you'll start judging yourself. You'll say, I want money. Then you say, oh no, that's unspiritual. Spiritual people aren't supposed to ask for money. We are supposed to ask for enlightenment. And the fact is, if you're a coward, you don't have the courage to ask what you want, you won't get money and you won't get enlightenment. You'll get, nothing. I was gonna say fuck all, but yeah, okay. I'll censor it on beep all. You do have the courage to say what you want. The goddess, this universe cannot help you if you're such a coward that you cannot admit to yourself what you want. That's where it starts. First you admit to yourself, and you do it in writing, not in your head. You need to put it down in somewhere. Feel free to tear up that paper and throw it in the bin. Or you can write it on your iPhone or Android phone or your iPad, or you can record it. But you do have to you'd have to put it into form, from thoughts into proper form, on paper, on computer, on laptop, on recording. Like I said, if you're embarrassed, just tear it up later on, delete it. But you have to be honest with yourself. What do you want from life? Because you cannot live a big life if you're scared all the time. I'm scared. Yeah, what do you want? The universe wants to help you. Think of, it might sound funny. Again, I was meditating, I got this guidance, this image, like the goddess, she's like a butler standing with a towel in her hand. Yes, my lord, what do you want? How can I help you, my lord? And you like this coward, I don't know what to say. I don't want to embarrass my butler. I want to appear spiritual. And she's standing there, right? Dude, what do you want? Tell me, I'll give it to you. You want money? Here. You want better relationship? Here you go. You want spiritual enlightenment? Here you go. Obviously, it's not free. You will have to work for it. But here's the thing. For every step we take, the universe will take 1,000 steps for us. Every step you take, universe will take 1,000 steps. But you do have to take that first step. You won't get anything if you're just sitting on your ass, just daydreaming all day. Or if you don't have the courage to admit to yourself what you really want. You do have to take the first step. And then the universe will take 1,000 steps. And if you think, if you're scared, you're going on the wrong path, the universe will gently guide you to the right path. And that can be the first time. You can ask the universe for guidance. Where should I start? Because your desires are the desires of the universe. The universe is trying to grow through you. And if you're suppressing your desires, you're suppressing the desire, the universe. And that's fine if you're in the old Shiva path, that's perfectly fine. You leave the world, you become a monk, you starve yourself, shave your head, and you die out in a monastery or something. You might become enlightened. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's the perfectly valid path. It is the politically correct path that religions and most traditions, Eastern traditions, follow as well. But I want to show you that there's another path where you don't have to hide from the world. So this is a sales pitch. I'm a sales agent for the goddess. She pays me in commission. So this is me giving you the sales pitch. Okay, and like I'm not I'm not one of those pushy salesmen. Oh, you have to buy today. You don't have to buy today. Yeah. You don't have to make the decision today. I just want you to think about it. Go home and think about it. If you like the call, give us a call. 0800 goddess. Yeah, and we'll set you up with a package. Yeah. Let me repeat what I said. People who do not live complete lives, fulfilling lives, are failures of God or goddess. They're failures. It's not just enough to run off to some heaven and get enlightenment, because if that was all that was needed, we were already before we came to earth, we were already in heaven or someplace, right? We were already there. Why the hell did we come down to earth? It is my belief, and I might be wrong, I don't know. Maybe when I'm dead I'll find out. I'll send you an update to this video from but for now I just have to go with this guidance I'm getting. And the guidance is, we came into this world to help the consciousness of the physical world grow, from beyond the shackles of, because the physical world is a bit clingy, isn't it? It's like, if you've seen the movie Alien, just sticks on your face. That's what the physical world and is like. And that's why people get attached to it, and they get stuck in this mud. So we came into this physical world to lift ourselves and everyone from out of this mud, so we can enjoy the world, but we are not enslaved by it. And that's what living a complete life is. You live a happy life, you live a life where you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. I wish I could give you 3 steps. Some easy, follow these 3 steps and you will be enlightened and millionaire by in 6 months, or double your money back. You can pay us in 10 equal payments of $99.99. But it's a path like any other. You still have to meditate, you still have to do the inner work. You still have to, but you do it from a position of love and compassion. And you do it from a position that it's not you doing it, it's the universe doing it through you. The universe is meditating through you. The universe is trying to grow through you. And you're just the conduit, you're just the agent through which the universe is growing. If you want to start, like I said, the first step is to accept what you want. What are your top 5, top 10 desires? You can have spiritual enlightenment in the list. You can have money on that list. You can have good relationship on that list. You can have a bigger house and car on that list. That's fine. But what do you really want? How can the goddess give it to you if you don't even have the courage to say what you want? And then the second step I would say is to ask the goddess for guidance, to give you everything you desire, so you no longer have any desires. Yeah, you want to be in a state where you want everything and you don't desire anything. You're like, yeah. If you look at all these millionaires, movie stars, do you think they desire money, or do you think they care about, they've got so much money they don't even think about it? For them, money is like air. Like, we don't think about breathing. These billionaires, they don't think about money, right? You want to be in that state, you want to be so relaxed, you're like, yeah, I don't care. So don't just listen to this video or audio. Get your ass off the chair after you finish watching this. Get your ass off the chair. Get a piece of paper or a note-taking app on your phone or something, and write down what you want, why you want it, and be brutally honest with the why. Are you trying to avoid something? Are you trying to run from something? Or do you want it because you want to live a happy, fulfilled life? Like I said, you can ask for a big house or a more salary so you can live a comfortable life. That's perfectly fine. That's the first step. And then the bottom, ask the universe, okay, what's next? What do I do next? And just with humility and surrender, just wait. You might not get the answer that day or even that week, but you will get the answer 100%, I can guarantee you. The universe listens to every thought we have, every feeling we have, and the universe always responds. The problem is not that the universe doesn't listen, it's that we cannot listen to the guidance the universe is giving. And I suppose that's the next big step. You have to wait for the guidance, and it will come if you're open. Thank you very much. I'm grateful you listened to this. Thank you.